Hello, my name's Megan. I bought a Park Travell property back in March. I live here with my husband, my 2 children, soon to be 3 children. My kids go to the local school. My husband's a carpenter locally, and I'm a beauty therapist. The reason we decided to buy with shared ownership was we had been renting properties for the past 5 years. We moved in with my grandparents-in-law into a 1-bedroom annex with our 2 children. Had hoped to only be there a couple of years, but then lockdown happened and COVID, so everything got put on hold. And then when we sort of come out of lockdown, we looked at buying, but actually the house prices had almost tripled in our local area. And we wanted to stay in the local area because of school and my husband growing up here, but it would just be impossible. We'd probably need £60,000–70,000 deposit, and that is just, even on a brilliant wage, extortionate. So then when we spotted that Park Travell were being built, I had the form filled out, I think, before it even went available to everyone else, and within 2 hours of Park Travell becoming available to bid on, I'd submitted our application, and that was it. I was adamant that we were going to get one of these properties just so we could stay close to family, stay close to the school, and just be in the area that we've grown up in and love. So shared ownership was a good option for us because the property was local, and the properties are only offered to local people in the first instance. The deposit was doable, and we didn't have to save another extortionate amount for another 5 years to be able to afford a house. This was something we could get straight on with, and we had that deposit sat there ready and waiting. It was just a quicker and easier route for us to go down. Our buying experience has been a real mixture of highs and lows, mostly highs, but there has been some hiccups. To start with, we put our application in, and there was a lot of hoops to jump through, which we completely understood, because of the locality issues. And after going to this local school, getting deeds of properties that proved that we'd been in the area and that sort of thing, and the help of our sales coordinator, we got there in the end. And then after that, we went with TMP to help us as a broker. They were absolutely fantastic. Between our sales coordinator and TMP, they couldn't do enough for us. Helping, always emailing and keeping in contact. The worst bits for us were dealing with the solicitors and the actual mortgage company. It took roughly about 16 weeks for us to finally get a mortgage come through and approved and getting the keys, which when that day came, we were in tears. As soon as the sales coordinator walked out the door, we were jumping around the house and just could not wait to get in and finally start living as a family in our own home. We, as a family, absolutely love this estate. The houses aren't crammed in on top of each other. We all have our own parking for 2 cars, plus tons of visitors parking. It's really lovely that we're surrounded by trees and all you can hear is birds outside. The kids can go out and play with the neighbours' kids, and it's really safe and secure. And it's really quiet as a community. It's a really quiet community. All the neighbours get on with each other. We've set up a little Facebook group that we can all just, if the cat's missing or someone needs something, it's great, and we just could not be happier with where we are. So the things that went well with our purchase at the start was getting the application in and the help from our sales coordinator and making sure everything went okay. Instructing our broker, TMP, and all the support they gave us. And then at the end, getting our keys and the simplicity of handover and just being able to walk in and open the door ourselves on the day we got our keys. Yeah, they were all the things that went well. So on the whole, there's actually nothing that Ocean could have done better. Nicola, our sales coordinator, was amazing. Everything was just so straightforward and simple. There's only one thing that we would have loved, and that would have been a bit of a demonstration around the house, how to work the oven, because it took me a couple of days to figure that out. Certain switches around the house and the heating. It's quite a complicated heating system, but again, we're getting, after reading the manual a few times, we are getting the hang of it now. But apart from that, everything was just perfect and easy and straightforward. Exciting, emotional, and life-changing.